Hello, this is Mark from I Am Organic Gardening, and Happy New Year's Day to you, and welcome to 2018. I want to start this year off with hope and encouragement and show you how especially the earth can be healed through these two scientists or researchers who did this video. It's also, the name of my video is also the name of their video. I borrowed their name and for a little bit of their title to show you how they are going to heal this planet. So how does this encourage you to garden? Because if they can take sand and turn it into soil in 7 hours, you can do that with any type of soil on this planet, no matter where you live. It just needs one key ingredient, which is free and found all over this planet. So just a brief description, it is done by or listed by TED Talks, and now they're a very popular research group and open format of people speaking and bringing their ideas forward. And you can see over here how many people subscribed. Over 10 million people have subscribed to their channel. It's very informative, from everything from A to Z about this planet, technology, everything. So in this video, which I'll list below a link to it, this gentleman here and his father went to Egypt, and they were trying to help rebuild soil, and they have failed again and again and again, and they just couldn't grasp how they were failing, but they didn't give up. And that's the same thing in gardening. Now, when they also went to the researcher or the soil scientist there and asked him, says, listen, is there any other insight that you have? He pulled out this report and said, this report is about 70 years old, or it's been going on for 70 years now, that we've been trying to rebuild our sandy soil into a functional farmland, but it keeps failing and we don't know why. And then when his father was reading through this report that the other scientists had shared with him, the father got an idea and went back and then did some more research and came up with this patent how to mix clay in with sand, and that becomes soil for them. And it's just amazing that just because they have pure sand there, it is so hot in this desert in Egypt, and that's where this is taking place. And you know how beautiful Egypt is with their sand dunes and every other beautiful things that they have there, is that it's so dry that it has separated all the particles apart. So you just have pure sand and pure clay in certain areas, and it's not a mixture anymore. There's nothing holding that together. It is just this binding of materials that they have to get back together again to make fertile soil. So in this video, the gentleman is explaining, with the help of his father, who has a patent process of taking the clay now and mixing it with air and water and making bubbles out of it, and then adding it back into the sand. Because where this is taking place, and they're doing their research, is in Egypt, and they have nothing but pure sand now and very little clay that's mixed in with it. So what he does using water is taking this clay back and mixing it in with the sand here, and they're making it stay. But what he didn't know, what they were trying to do after all this time, is that they came up with, over the time, they asked for researchers to say, listen, we have this system here that's working, we're mixing clay back in with sand here, and we're growing things. Now, after research was done, they can prove that this is working, this system, but it took them 8 years to find a soil scientist to actually figure out why it was working. They could not figure this out for 8 years. And what the key is for this to start working and mixing this together and staying there is what I talk about a lot on my channel, is that mycorrhizal fungi. That was starting to grow from the plants. They reintroduced that in the ground because it wasn't there, and that holds together the sand particle with the clay particle, and then the roots of the plant through carbon dioxide is feeding that whole system in the soil food web and keeping it alive. The only downside to this is that they need water, but they're using 1/100th less water now because they have mixed the two together, and they have soil aggregates that is doing everything, working for them, so everything is perfect and is functioning, so they can rechange the deserts of this world to grow vital plants on. So what I just mentioned is that word is called mycorrhizal fungi. Now, if you go to the video and look for the minute mark, it's 6 minutes and 24 seconds. The screen behind them, take notice of that. You're not going to be able to see it on my video as clear, but if you watch it and go to that minute mark, he's talking about this fungi that's all over the world, and 80% of plants use it, of this one variety that they're using in the desert. Now, if right down here on the bottom of the screen, and it'll move around a little bit, that word, mycorrhizal fungi, is there imprinted on the screen. That's what he's talking about. That's a key to every garden, to be a successful garden, and to change back sand and mix it with clay again to actually grow something. And what they're adding is a liquid organic fertilizer to the soil to get it started again. But the only downside to this is that they need water. And that's what he'll go further into the video, is that they have to take water from the seed, desalinate it, and actually use fresh water to keep everything growing. But they've grown several crops there, peppers, wheat, and they've had great harvests in the deserts in Egypt. Now, this is all true and it's a fact, but again, you know right now in your garden that it's not impossible to take any soil out there, anywhere that you live in the United States or anywhere in this world, and you can change it back as long as you have that mycorrhizal fungi growing in there. And it's always being distributed around the world. So I hope this encourages you and shows you how technology is catching up with us and helping us understand the soil on our planet. It is simple to repair. You don't need a lot of inputs. Again, this is just the desert out there, and they are healing it through this mycorrhizal fungi that's available in all soils all over this planet. Again, they need a source of water to keep it alive, and also the plants there too, but you can repair any soil anywhere on this planet. Again, I wish to thank you very much for watching this video today. I hope this is encouraging to you. Enjoy your New Year's Day and to this fantastic 2018. Thanks. And if you can, please like this video and share it so we can show other people how easy it is to repair soil, which is the skin of our planet.